Hello, nama aku Solehin. Aku seorang pelajar jurusan matematik di Edutainment Puncak Alam. Hobi aku tidur kerana aku rasa tidur itu penting untuk kelangsungan hidup. Aku juga suka main game pada setiap masa, iaitu pagi, petang,
Those. Belakang those. Those belakang. Ada orang kat sini. Those.
dan juga malam.
Sikit je Syah. Sikit je.
Bagi aku, bersukan itu memenatkan. Jadi aku sentiasa menolak perlawanan kawan-kawan aku apabila diorang ajak aku. Namun begitu, aku rasa aku perlu berubah kerana aku rasa aku sangat tidak produktif sebagai seorang pelajar. Aku merasakan aku sangat lemah. Pencapaian akademik aku juga tidak memuaskan. Jadi, apa yang perlu aku lakukan?
Sol. Bangun kelas Sol. Sol. Oh.
Bangun. Dah pukul berapa ni?
Cepat Sol.
Bangun. Pergi kelas.
Lecturer dah tunggu Sol.
Ha.
Pergi kelas lah.
Slide number 1 is about the definition. First and foremost, we must know what are the definition of entertainment, education, and edutainment. Firstly, entertainment is a form of activity that holds the attention and interest of an audience or give pleasure and delight. This action is actually providing or being provided with amusement and enjoyment. Number 2, education is the process of facilitating learning or the acquisition of knowledge, skills, values, morals, belief, habits, and personal development. Educational entertainment or edutainment means the media designed to educate through entertainment. For your information, the media itself allows the instructor to facilitate the transfer of expert knowledge to novice teachers.
Okay, now let's proceed to the next part, which is target group. Target group consists of 3 groups, which is the first one, visual, the second one, auditory, and the last one is kinesthetic. Now, let me explain more detail on the first group, which is visual learner. Type of visual learner. Visual refers to seeing or sight. So, this means the learner learn by looking visual concepts, creating and watching other people creating. This type of learner digests information by reading or seeing pictures. Now, let's proceed with the characteristic of visual learner. The first characteristic of visual learner is visual learner usually like to observe rather than act or talk. Usually, this type of visual learner like reading more than doing activities. The third characteristic of visual learner is usually this type of learner has good handwriting. The next characteristic is visual learner usually good speller. This is because they like reading. The fifth characteristic of visual learner is they have verbal instruction difficulty. Since in verbal instruction there is no visual that they can see. The last characteristic of visual learner is they can memorize by seeing graphic or picture. Since by seeing graphics or picture, they can imagine. Next, let's see the strength of visual learner. The first strength of visual learner is they are good at following written instruction. This means that when they are good at following written instruction, they are good in following written module given. The second strength of visual learner is they take excellent notes. The third strength of visual learner, they are organized and meticulous. The fourth strength of visual learner, they are creative and good at expressing themselves. Since they are good at expressing themselves, they have good sense of direction. So, this is one of the ways that can help the visual learner to plan out the future that they want. Now, let's proceed to the next part. Okay, in this next part, I will explain what is the suitable activities for this type of learner, which is visual learner. The first activity that are suitable to be done is hands-on demonstration. The second one is picture flashcards. The third activity that's suitable to be done is doodling. The fourth activity for visual learner is visual presentation. And the last suggestion suitable activities to be done is flowcharts, mind maps, and diagrams. Now, I pass to the next presenter.
Weh, Sol, ada kerja tu? Sol.
The second target group are auditory learners. Auditory learner is a person who is relies on speaking and listening as their primary way of learning. Auditory learners prefer to listen to explanation rather than read things. They are also reciting facts loud with music playing in the background is a great way to engage auditory learners. Other noises could cause them to become distracted. They must be willing to listen what is being said to comprehend what is being said. When others speak, they are also good listeners. For example, an auditory learner may remember everything that was said during a work meeting, but has a hard time recalling the information that was outlined in a work report. Next, we go through the strength and characteristic of auditory learners. Auditory learners will be some of the most engaged and responsive members of any classroom. Here are some of the strengths that will help them achieve success in the classroom. First, they keep in mind anything that they hear and say. Second, they have a passion for classroom and small group discussion. They will be an effective member of study group and also not afraid to speak up in class. Third, they can recall oral instruction well and also follows verbal direction well. Lastly, they understand information best when they hear it and also can be a storyteller. While for the characteristic of auditory learners, they love listening to music. They're extroverted person. They like to converse. They confide in oneself or herself. They also like lectures and discussion are more preferred, but they can't seem to concentrate when there is noise. So when you see your friends that have this characteristic, so they are an auditory learners. There are some suitable activities for auditory learners. First, oral report or presentation. Second, musical performance. Third, teach the class or a group. Fourth, puppet show. Fifth, panel discussion. Sixth, TV or radio show. Seventh, debate. Eighth, verbal games. And last but not least, tape recording.
Okay, thank you. Now you are back again with me for the last target group of learner, which is kinesthetic learner. So, what is the type of learner is kinesthetic? First, let's see what is the meaning of kinesthetic. Kinesthetic refers to ability in sense of body position and movement. So, this means this type of learner absorbs information through touch, movement, and motion. Therefore, this type of learner requires to manipulate or touch material to learn. Then now, let's see what is the characteristic of kinesthetic learner. So, the first characteristic of kinesthetic learner is kinesthetic learner likes to touch people when communicate. They feel when they communicate, they touch people, they can get more interaction, they can get more understanding with other people. That is why they like to touch people when communicate. The second characteristic of kinesthetic learner, they enjoy doing activities. This is because when doing activities, we will eventually, without realizing, we will touch other people, right? Okay, the third characteristic of kinesthetic learner is kinesthetic learner likes to tap pencil or food when studying. Do you guys usually do like this too? Just think it back. Okay, the fourth characteristic of kinesthetic learner is kinesthetic learner likes to solve problems by working physically. Next characteristic of kinesthetic learner, reading is not a priority for them. This is a vice versa from the visual learner. And the last characteristic of kinesthetic learner is they are poor speller. This is also the vice versa of visual learner. Is it true, guys? Do you remember from the first target group? Next, let's see what is the strength of kinesthetic learner. The first strength of kinesthetic learner is They are easily remembered to do tasks after doing them once, which means when they are doing activity, they have done that activity once, and if the teacher asks them to do it again, they can do it. The second strength of kinesthetic learner is they have excellent hand-eye coordination and agility, which means that this is involved while doing activity. Hand-eye coordination, which means that they have good coordinating between hand and eye while doing activity. The third kinesthetic learner strength is they are enthusiastic and boisterous. The fourth kinesthetic learner strength is they have great timing. They have great timing, which means that this is when they are doing activities. And the last strength of kinesthetic learner is they enjoy play games with others. This is because when playing games with others, they will have to interact. When doing interaction or communicate, they are indirectly or directly will be touching with other people. And for them, touching is one of way of they show how they communicate. Now, let's proceed to the last part in this target group. The last part of the target group in kinesthetic learner is the recommendation of what suitable activities can be done. The first activity can be done is hands-on experiment. The second one is charades. The third activities that are suitable to be done for kinesthetic learner is storytelling memory games. The fourth kinesthetic learner activity that is suitable to be done is song puzzle. And the last suitable activity for kinesthetic learner is role and action playing. Now I pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Next is teaching strategies. What are suitable teaching strategies for visual learners? So let's move on to the first point. For visual learners, we must provide a variety of visually attractive content in a variety of formats. We also have to assemble well-organized visual presentation. Third, we must make handouts and all other written work as pleasant to the eye, as visible, and as simple to read as possible. For the fourth point, we can utilize a wide range of technology such as a computer, photography, the internet, a video camera, and so on. The suitable activity that we can do with visual learners are flashcard, photograph, slideshow, movies, receipt, crossword puzzle, and so on. The teaching strategy auditory learners. So, what is suitable teaching strategy for auditory learner? Okay, first, we must ensure that auditory learners are able to hear clearly during lessons. Second, we must vary the tempo, volume, and pitch to assist generate unique audio soundscapes. Third, we can write down crucial facts or keywords to avoid confusion due to pronunciation. Fourth, the multimedia app that use sounds, music, or voice should be included. Last, for the activities that can we do with auditory learners are debate, panel discussion, musical performance, radio show, and so on. Teaching strategies for kinesthetic learners. First, we must allow tactile kinesthetic students to take breaks during lessons and move around to avoid them to feel bored. Second, we can encourage tactile kinesthetic students to write down their own notes, which is Whenever we give this instruction or lectures, they can jot down the important point. Third, we can encourage that the kinesthetic students to stand or move while reciting information or learning new material so that they can focus on the information. Fourth, we can provide lot of tactile kinesthetic activities in the class so the kinesthetic learners can pay attention in the class. The activity that is suitable we do with kinesthetic learners are demonstration, dance, body games, field tips, role play, and so on.
Son, jom lah main badminton. Ada dua. Nak?
For your information, there exist many platforms that can be used to apply edutainment value in the classroom. We can categorize them into 5 types, which are education TV, application, education games, education websites, and interactive stimulus. For education TV, we have Didik TV as an example. This Didik TV channel provides various kind of subject for the student to learn. For application, we can use TikTok as a medium to learn. Meanwhile, for educational games, I think you all familiar with this game, which is Kahoot. Next, for education websites, we can access coolmaths.com that is specialized in helping students that have problems in math. Last but not least, for interactive stimulus, this application will help the student in learning about laboratory tools. I will explain about all of this platform with details in the video platform presentation later. For your information, there are many advantages of edutainment. First of all, it can enhance creativity and visualization. This is because the medium of entertainment used will require the students to think creatively during learning. Second, it can develop healthy competition among students. As an example, with the medium of education games such as Kahoot, the students will compete with each other to answer the quiz. So, this can develop a healthy competition among them while learning the lesson. Next, edutainment can motivate students to learn better. With the help of edutainment, the student will feel happy to learn a syllabus without feeling forced. This is because they want to learn with their own will, which caused by the fun learning offered by edutainment medium. Last but not least, the advantages of edutainment is it can keep the assignment alive in the classroom. This is because the student will engage more with their teachers using the medium such as Kahoot. In this world, there exist pros and cons. For the disadvantages, distraction may occur while learning. This occurs when the student loses their focus towards the main things, which is the content of the lesson. In this world, there exist pros and cons. For the disadvantages, distraction may occur while learning. This occurs when the student loses their focus towards the main things, which is the content of the lesson. It may happen when the teacher overuses the edutainment medium in classroom, as the student will only set their focus towards the entertainment values offered by those medium and will neglect the lesson. A research has revealed that more than 60% of the schools and colleges in the world are using modern devices like laptops and tablets as a means of teaching. So the students are also using the same device to be on par with the teachings of the teacher. In the present day, social media has evolved leaps and bounds, with 90% of the world population is using social media. So, the devices which are provided to the students for studying are instead used to be active on social media. So next, the disadvantages is edutainment is costly, and to perform at the highest level in the classroom, the teacher requires high ability to use the edutainment platform. As an example, to use edutainment medium, the teacher must know how to deal with the use of emails, how to previewing the lesson, and how to mastering the features of the website. Last but not least, the edutainment can be misleading and contain misguiding information. So, for the development and improvement in the technology, most of the website owners are eager to rank their website higher on different search engines. So, the owners are mostly concerned about ranking and are least concerned about the content on the website. This is the reason many websites contain wrong information on various topics that are posted or copied from different sources without verifying the authenticity of the content. Due to this wrong information, the learners are often misguided, which can severely harm their educational development.
Korang, aku ada masalah sikit nak beritahu.
Masalah apa tu, Sol?
Ada, selama ni aku rasa macam aku teruk sangat sebagai seorang pelajar. Macam kerja rumah tak siap, banyak main game, lepas tu nak bersukan malas. Aku rasa macam aku tak berguna lah. Siapa yang perlu aku buat
Aku rasa lah kan, kau kena take time tu, ambil masa, kau rehatkan minda kau. Lepas tu kau fikir apa tujuan kau masuk universiti ni. Lepas tu kau betulkan buat niat kau. Maksudnya aku bahawi niat yang kita kan masuk universiti kan nak dapatkan ijazah kan. Tu perbaharui balik niat tu. Macam kat diri yang aku datang sini, datang universiti ni nak dapatkan sumbangan ijazah untuk bagi kat mak ayah aku.
Zero.
Pertama
Aku try lah ubah lepas ni.
InsyaAllah.
Kenalah nasihat daripada kakak Nabila.
Okay. Aku try lah. Aku try lah jadi orang yang lebih guna lepas ni. Aku try belajar. Masih ada korang? Lepas ni tolong aku.
Apa-apa kau tahu dari korang kalau tak.
Betul, jangan pernah pendam.
Siap.